Good morning, Internet. How's it going, guys? Craig Chamberlain here, and this is IT Life, my life immersed in technology. Sometimes there's a lot of bad stuff that happens to people like me from sitting in front of a computer all day, and we gotta deal with the psychological insanity that is our minds. I don't know. That's not really what the show about. I mean, it kind of is. It's kind of about my temporary insanities. That's part of it. So anyway, I've been doing pretty well the past couple days. Nights have been weird. When I get tired is when I get a little crazy. Last night, for example, everything was going really good, and I got home, and then I had dinner, and then dinner made me really tired, and then when I was really tired, then I was like, really tired. So, I mean, pretty much after that, then I was out of commission. I found strategized ways to play with the kids without moving around too much, because at that point I was done. But that was because I was up late the night before playing Inquisition, which I have officially gotten through like the first major section of. Definitely like it better on PC. I played it on Xbox One first. I liked it on Xbox One. Don't get me wrong. Definitely like it better on PC, mostly because of the controls. It's one of those games where you have a lot of abilities and different ways you can approach like a fight. And when you're using a controller, you're kind of limited on what you can use and do, and it kind of felt more clunky and frustrating than it was fun. It also helps that I rolled a rogue, an archer this time, which was a lot more fun. Because originally I did the sword and shield guy, and it just wasn't as good. But the story is stellar. That's one thing I always count on with BioWare. I don't know if you guys knew that, but the company that develops Inquisition, their name is BioWare. You could call them BioArts if you wanted to, because technically they're not the BioWare of old. But they do characters. I mean, that's really what their games are about. They're about characters and stories and a lot of listening. The earlier ones, it was a lot of reading. Now it's just a lot of listening, a lot of talking. And then what I really like is their cinematic approach to the game. It just carries over really well. It just makes it a good experience. But Inquisition's a different beast for them. They've never done an open world-esque game, and I think they did a good job so far. So I'm pretty happy with it. So in different news, I am continuing to work on the website, and yesterday was interesting. I got really frustrated with I had a company doing our AdWords management a couple months back, and then we ended up letting them go. They did it for about a year, and then we let them go because they weren't really doing anything. Because I can track their history and see what they're doing. They weren't really doing anything. They were charging us like $600 a month to manage it. Well, the past 5 days, my website has been like just randomly locking up, or like a white screen would show up on every 3rd or 5th or 10th page load. It was a bear to track down. So with WordPress, I had to like disable each plugin kind of one at a time to see if it was a plugin issue. Then it wasn't. And like literally for like 3-4 hours I was banging my head against the desk trying to figure out where the heck is this problem. Well, this company that was doing our AdWords before had put split testing code in my site without telling me. Like, I knew they were going to add code, but I didn't know what they added. They didn't let me know. Well, they put it in the header, and that's not where it's just not where you put it. It's one of the first things that loads. If it doesn't load right, the rest of the page doesn't load right. Well, that's where they put it, and then their code was actually under an attack, DDoS attack, a denial of service attack, and so it was causing my site not to load. And so I was frustrated. I mean, I was excited when I found it, and I was able to comment out the code, and it fixed the problem. But it's just one of those things where, it's like, I wish they had just told me. Hard to find good help this day. I wish they at least told me that they put code in there. So that ended up being the problem, and commenting out the code fixed the problem. And then I actually had to go through and make sure that I cleaned out everything else. So that's it for today, guys. Have a great day. Nerdy day.